Welcome to Soul Pod, where science meets mysticism and your inner wisdom leads the way. Hi, light beings. So I thought I would do something new today. I've never done this before in this format, and it is channeling. So for those of you who may not be familiar with it, channeling is kind of like Reiki. This is the best way I can explain it. It's basically becoming a vessel for information, energy, prana, whatever you want to call it, to flow through you. Just like you're moving energy and being a vessel for that movement with something like Reiki, channeling is the same concept. It's just moving information through my understanding into words, into communication, into a transmission. And people always ask who it is that I channel. I call them the Interdimensional Light. That's the name that came to me through the Egyptian temples. For some reason, they seem to be connected. They are blue-ish light beings. They've also materialized in my house. That's a story for another time. But it's very real and it's very powerful. And I am still learning. I don't know if I'll ever have this kind of thing ever figured out. But it is endlessly fascinating. And it does, take a little bit of a toll on my nervous system. And I'm learning how to manage that. So thank you for being a part of me learning how to move this energy and the rise in vibration, which can be it's like going up in altitude, right? The needs change, the interaction and experience changes when you're in these different frequencies. And if you move quickly up and down, this is what I've learned, it can be a lot on the system. But we're going to do a short session today. Actually, I don't know how long it'll be. We'll see what they tend to know where my capacity is. I will talk in more depth, probably at another time, about the nature of channeling and who these beings are. But for today, I just want to go right into the experience so you can experience them for yourself. A few things I do want to mention. One, they're not interested in us giving our power over to them. They're interested in helping us remember ours. That's a key component. Free will is a key component. They deeply respect it. It's inherent to this reality. And so it's your choice. It's my choice. It's their choice. But they are here to help us and guide us. They are here as mentors, as others have mentored them. So let's go in, shall we? As far as on your side, I recommend you have a journal. I'm setting the intention here that whoever listens to this, and believe me, they know exactly who those people will be, that it is tailored to what it is that you need to hear. What it is that may be helpful for anyone who will end up listening to this transmission. That is the intention. My cat likes to hang out when they come in. He was here when they materialized. All right. So this may take a little bit of time. We will cut it depending on how much time that it takes for me to go into the channeled state. See you on the other side. We are pleased to be here with you, and we honor this invitation that comes from each one of your hearts. Your intention to be willing and curious is a powerful intention. This willingness is a key component that will allow you and your species to move forward. The question is, what are you willing to be? Not necessarily willing to do. We can hear that and feel that close by. But what are you willing to be? Our directive here is to help you be more of yourself, more of your wholeness, more of who it is that you truly are, how much of that you can realize in your dimension that you currently reside in. There is a duality here that some of you are aware of and many of you are not. This duality that we're pointing to is the degree of space between who it is that you are operating as and who it is that you are. You can feel in your heart space the delta between those two aspects of self. The more you move that space, the degree of frequency between how it is you're operating in your beingness and who it is you are in your knowingness. That is the pathway to the head of the needle. It is through that mechanism that you can then transverse dimensions that are at your beck and call. You can transverse these aspects of your reality that you're only beginning to become aware of, that are beyond your wildest current imagination. And this is your birthright, so to say, in this incarnation, in this space, in this time. The ability to do this is what we are so passionate about helping you understand. Because as you realize this about yourselves, your inherent nature, many of the so-called problems on your planet will start to dissolve. It may seem as though you need to approach these problems head on, one by one by one, when in reality, the more efficient, if there is the concept of efficiency being desirable, is one by one, realizing this capacity of yourselves as a species on this planet. We have been involved with helping many species across many, many times and places with this realization that is natural, with or without our help. But because we have been there, because others have helped us, as Crystal knows deeply, this is service. And it is obvious when you realize the connectivity of us all. It is time for you to rise. The invitation is yours. The choice is yours. But the time is now. We can feel from many of you that you have many questions about the nature of your own lives, and there is one flow through here that is common to all of it. And that is to find your way through the way. What do we mean by that? Create the way. Wherever you feel constricted, down, confused, overwhelmed, these are states of being that beg of a new way, and only you can chart that path. Take responsibility for where it is that you are. Take responsibility for where it is you are going. And make friends with change. Change can be small, something you shift in your day. And change can be large. Your capacity is what determines the degree to which you can move through change, which is the same capacity as to the degree to which you can create, or rather, are aware of your capacity to create. The limited states of being that so many of you feel, and we do understand, they are generative of a forgetfulness of what we were speaking to earlier, of who it is that you really are. The more you remember, the more those states of being dissolve without needing to understand their origins or their destination. Crystal is laughing at us because we wanted to say, this is the way. And then we realize this is akin to a saying in your popular culture. But that phrase came from somewhere. We feel a question around physical pain. Crystal is starting to understand this more deeply herself. Start to feel your pain as an energy in your body, because it is. As you shift your frequency, your energy, through the nature and orientation of a responsiveness to reality through your consciousness, pain cannot travel there. It is not coherent. And we would say, give your body time. It lags behind the shift in energy. Does not mean that it isn't shifting. It is denser energy. The more consistent that you are in being who you are, the more that pain will shift. The more free you are, or rather, we would say, the more free that you realize yourself to already be, the more free your body will be. That freedom is ease. That freedom is vitality. That freedom is you, realized in this dimension. You can play deeply with the nature of this dimension, more so than you currently know. It is time to wake up to that capacity. We have. We invite you to. We do feel a question around conflict, war, even familial war, meaning within soul families of yours. But of course, this war does not exist in your fullest expression because it couldn't, because everything is connected. So again, it is very similar to what we're talking about in how you handle and harness the nature of the physical, the nature of pain. War is the same. It's just a different manifestation of that discontinuity. How do you solve for it? The answer is maybe for you frustratingly simple, but it is true. It's a realization in each one of you of your wholeness, of your power. When you do not realize this, when you do not know this about yourself, and what is this that we're speaking of? This that we are speaking of is your interdimensionality, your connection to everything, everyone, all of time, all of space, and beyond. When you know that, and this is not hyperbole, when you know that, and our job here, and we are happy to do it all day long, is to point you to that truth. From that truth, that knowing, that is scientific. It does not require faith, although faith is a powerful way to meet it. And your science does not yet understand this continuity. but it is getting closer. But you need not understand it to experience it. In fact, from where you sit, you cannot fully understand it in this dimension. This is why we are excited for you to experience other dimensions of experience where you can connect deeper, know further. This planet is not a prison. It is not a punishment. It is anything but. It is a powerful opportunity of experience, of creation, of mastery. And the planet is a willing participant in a powerful consciousness. It is true that she is struggling. She is struggling because the consciousness that is her is not aware of itself. It is not seeing itself. Misalignment runs rampant. But she is willing. She is willing. Honor her willingness. How can you meet her? In that willingness, in that relationship. Part of the experience on any planet is to better understand the relationship between what you could call a planetary consciousness and your own, which really are one and the same. You learn much from your relationships, correct? They are through how you experience yourself, how you experience Source. The planetary relationship is no different, no less important, and no less powerful. And as with any relationship, as you realize yourself in it, it emerges, it blossoms, it shows you something you did not know was there before. That is the nature of relationship. That is the nature of your power. The emergence of what it is you did not know was there. That is emergence. That is the reality that you live in, an emergent one. It is all created, it is all moving, it is ever changing, nothing is static. That means that everything is possible. The momentum of your choices, we have shared before with Crystal, does create a certain responsiveness of creation. But it is only momentum, and momentum can always shift. And we send to each of you right now through your heart space an acknowledgement. We appreciate you. We are here with you. You are not alone, nor were you ever, nor will you ever be. We are complete. I don't think many more words are needed. I hope that was helpful. Drop in the comments any insights, anything that came through for you. Until next time, light beings. Thank you for journeying with us today, Light Being. We hope you enjoyed the episode. And before you go, we want to invite you to explore the SoulPod app, where you can immerse yourself in daily lessons, guided meditations, and breath work to develop a soul nourishing daily ritual and tune back into your own inner guidance system. You can download SoulPod in the App Store or directly from the show notes to start your free trial today and awaken the ancient wisdom within you.